Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney. We know him. We don't really like him. He went off on Valve's decision to have a disclosure label for AI. He called it extremely irresponsible. So his statement is, it says, it's unfortunate we're in this situation. It's unfortunate that so many developers now are put into this position that if you want to launch a game and get it widely publicized as possible, you got to put it on Steam so people can wishlist it. And if you want to play on Steam, then you have to get the scarlet letter of AI attached to your product. And now there's a hater community trying to kill the game. I think it's irresponsible of Valve, and they shouldn't do it because it makes much harder for a game developer to have a chance of success. You have chosen from either not using tools that can make you way more productive and probably failing due to the competition that does use it.
So he thinks the lack of awareness would be better.
That was my conclusion. Because
I get what he's saying.
The AI label, which is already buried pretty deep within a game's information. Like seriously, usually to find that label, you have to click on the read more on like a new game in Steam. It's not like it's a visible tag label, right? Like it ain't some huge conspiracy happening here, or like it's giving someone a scarlet letter.
Yeah, like the AI has to be superimposed on every image that you look at for your game if you have AI.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you're not comfortable with the fact that there's a group of customers out there who don't want to participate and or spend their money on a game that uses generative AI. It hasn't stopped a lot of people from purchasing and wishlisting games that do use it. It doesn't seem to have slowed them down too much.
Also, it looks like he goes on to talk about stuff about like using it for Claude Code to fix a bug or whatever, right? That's Valve does not require you to state that you use AI
in that manner.
Yeah, if you're using it like that, it has to be seen or heard by the user, I believe. So having to do with code, no, doesn't apply. You're
pre-production.
You're either lying out of your ass, or
pre-production doesn't apply because that label won't come into play anyways.
Well, I mean that's part of production, the bug squashing and whatnot. But it's the code. When it comes to the code, that's not like you can use AI for that and not report on it.
Not really disclose that.
So no, I mean, he's either lying or he doesn't understand what he's talking about. So
I'm going to say he's probably lying.
I mean, I'm willing to think that he doesn't understand the industry that he's in because he's just a CEO. You know, he doesn't get it. He just runs.
He's pushed so hard. He's pushed so hard to have AI and stuff that I just think he's lying and not paying attention.
It's
probably a bit of both, honestly.
No. I think he probably saw what Valve wanted to do with the AI labels and just immediately stuck his fingers in his ears and just decided it was a bad thing. He never looked into it, not once. I'm sure, because that's how people like this who are like fighting for AI. What? That's what they do. They do not understand A, what AI is actually doing, and B, when people like say anything in the slightest against AI, what they're actually saying. But yeah, I mean, I get what he's saying though. What it sounds like he's saying is that there are people who are developing games that, like what's that guy that Codex Mortis guy, who just got a bunch of hate because his whole game is AI generated, right, from top to bottom. Actually, I don't think it is actually top to bottom. It's pretty close though. Like, he wanted to see if it could be done, and he was surprised to find out that he made a decent game, and like, trying it out, it's not half bad. It's actually kind of impressive. But how much time that he's put into it to make it, like, he's been really forthcoming, at least last when I looked into this, which was like 6 months ago, about how that process has been going. And like, yeah, he's gotten a lot of like crazy hate for it, for something that he's just experimenting with, and whatnot. But like, so I get it, because there's people who are just like immediately like, anybody who works with AI should be burned at the stake, which also isn't the right response to it. But I don't know. I kind of feel like if you want to avoid that, then just use some people to do 100% of your game. It's not that hard to do, buddy. If that's your worry.
Yeah. I think that for me, when it comes to something like that, like he's doing this Get Video game all in AI. I guess I don't know enough. Like, is he charging? Like, is this game for sale?
Yeah. He has a demo that's pretty full featured, but he plans to sell it. I don't know if he is. I haven't looked into it, but
because that's when I start having a bit of an issue. If you're running an experiment to see what you can do, yeah. It's one thing to run like demos, play tests, have all that fun. What if it comes out
good, and he's put some work into it? It's not like he hasn't. I mean, nobody has to buy it.
That's true. I mean, he's releasing into a market on his own free will there. But I just, at that point, a bit of laziness does come into play, because then you're trying to avoid, like, to me, it just seems more like you're avoiding, like, getting the help you need from other people and having to pay them.
I mean,
maybe that's not it. If you're true to the experiment part, then it's an experiment, and you'd go ahead and like just have a demo up for like a long time that you keep like updating, and here's where we're at in this weird experiment I'm running.
Mm-hmm.
But the moment you start asking for, it'd be one thing to ask for like donations, but it's a whole nother thing to like charge for the game.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing too, is he's not asking for donations. He's been very like adamant of like, no, don't send me any money on this. Like, when it becomes ready, then he'll sell it. With this whole thing. And I mean, you can look at that as like, that's like a, hey, you want to donate, here's this, because the game, as far as I know, everything, again, this was like 6 months ago, but everything up to that time, everything that he had worked on was in the demo. So it's, I don't know, it's one of those things. I think it's interesting though, because it wasn't half bad, and it also showed that just because you do it all in AI, it doesn't mean that you're not going to be working on it. Like, he was still like, yeah, AI didn't do all of this. I had to come up with ideas and whatnot and refine them down and look at the artwork and make edits to things and stuff like that, but his whole thing was like, I'm trying to do as little as possible, have AI do as much as it can. But like, bottom line was, AI couldn't do everything.
It rarely can.
Oh yeah. But the interesting bits was the coding with it. How much he said that it just like took over and did everything that he needed for coding. I mean, and he's an experienced coder. Like, he went through and he like caught errors that it had, but he also was amazed by how much it did just on its own. And I think he was using Claude. I can't remember off the top of my head, but
I would assume so.
Yeah,
that seems to be the best like coding one that at least that from what I understand.
Yeah,
I'm not any professional on that front. in any sense of coding. So,
but yeah, no.
all that looks like Egyptian hieroglyphs to me.
Well,
I understand a little bit, but I understand what's happening, but it's definitely not something that I'm going to be good at, you know?
yeah. So the difference here is that with Sweeny saying this stuff, it just, in the very least, it comes off as disingenuous because he just doesn't know what he's talking about. And at the worst, he's willfully lying.
I think it comes off as disingenuous off the start, just because also how much he rails against Steam.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he is the number one complainer when it comes to things that Steam does. And, not to be like, he has no right to do that or any sense. They are competitors, right? They are in a competitive field. So that's kind of the thing.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't have any like negativity towards like him kind of trying, but stuff like this just does come off like dishonest and stuff. There's plenty of things to complain about. Like, he has a point when he talks about how much Steam takes.
Yeah.
Although they try and get better, but that's also comes down to, like, we need better representation with unions and all kinds of other stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So it just comes off as kind of another petty attempt by Tim Sweeny to make Steam look bad because he's mad that his Epic store isn't up to snuff.
Yeah.
And they seem to be trying to work on it, right? Like, they're trying to make a better Epic store. I haven't been there in a long time, but I know that they added like an actual shopping cart, so you don't have to buy like one thing at a time. Which is a great start. It seemed important, but
right.
It's another thing. Maybe instead of trying to rush to these decisions and put out a store to compete with Steam, know you're going up against a big competitor and spend that time developing it before it comes out. Not like put it out in this shoddy release, expect everyone to go ahead and hop on it, buy a bunch of exclusive contracts for certain games or premier things, and then try and also win people over by giving away free games. I mean, my Epic catalog, that being said, my Epic catalog is big, but I think besides Borderlands 3, which I got on the Epic exclusive thing, because it was exclusive there for a year, I don't think other than that, no, Chivalry 2 was also an exclusive thing, and I played those two games almost exclusively through my Epic library. Have a ton of games that they've given me for free and never once started them up.
Not a single time? That's pretty...
No, there's a couple that I started or checked out, not like played through.
Yeah. Yep.
Not actually played. And then there's way more that I didn't even touch.
Yeah. And I think that's part of the problem is that it's like, well, some of these games, they're not bad games that they're giving away for free, but they're not like these games.
Sometimes they're really good.
Yeah. Sometimes
they're really good games, but it does, just because you released or you're giving me a free, a really good free 10-year-old game doesn't mean I'm going to instantly return back to that game.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I picked it up because, that would be cool to own. I did like that game. They're giving it to me for free, so why not?
Right.
Which is why a lot of those titles have that issue that I don't haven't played them. They're 10-year-old games that I've played before.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the ones that I have checked out are games that, honestly, since Game Pass happened, haven't even been that necessary to purchase, because I'll just go check it out on the Game Pass because it's probably on there. Sorry that your store sucks, Tim Sweeny.
Right.
Get over it.
Make it better.
Make it better. Do better.
Yeah.
Also, maybe stop trying to rally so hard for AI. It doesn't
Yeah.
seem to be the biggest.
I
All
mean,
these CEOs just rallying so hard for like something that like their own working industry is like, hey, this isn't a great idea.
the world over saying, hey, it's
And
not
the
a great
world
idea.
over.
I mean, here's the thing, all right? The gamers are probably the largest outspoken people to go against AI at this moment. In the very least, Mr. Sweeny, you should be listening to your consumer base. And if you were, you would not be defending AI in any way, shape, or form. It's clear the reason why your store doesn't work is because you do not know how to listen to your audience. So there's some advice for you, Tim. Take it if you'd like.
He will not.
I doubt I'll hear this, but it's out there.
No, he wouldn't take it even if he did.
Yeah, that's true.